Your merchants are cheats, swindlers, coiners, robbers, thieves.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mountain Goat Gaming. My name is Alex, and today we are not just back, new Pokey Rogue content. This is the content from here on out. You'll notice no Tyler, no Jay, no Sean. Unfortunately, we've decided to pivot in a different direction with what we're doing here. It's just me from now on. It's just Pokey Rogue. This is all we're doing. Today I decided to show off a bit of a shiny squad. I've already completed the main classic run, so we'll see Flacoco, Zigzagoon, Poochianic, Ponyta, and a Cleffa. They're not great, but all shiny. And today we're going to be shiny hunting, so let's start grinding through. Let's get into it. We've got Overdrive as an egg move here. We're going to be trying to just clean through these levels. You'll see we've got... Oh, we have an egg straight up. I didn't even realize. What are we going to get? A Koraidon! He's so sick. Oh, okay. Fantastic nature, very, very solid IVs. Didn't think we were going to get an egg right now. You gotta love that. I haven't played Gen 9 yet, but he is so sick. That's awesome. And gets the egg move to Dragon. He's not a special attacker, but you take those every day of the week. So for those who aren't aware, this is a roguelike for Pokemon, so we're getting in, beating levels, and you'll see our luck in the top corner is at S because we have so many shiny Pokemon. We get rewards here, plus attack. Do we have any physical attackers that we care about? I don't know if Zigzagoon and Poochian are going to last the entire run, so let's just take the Great Balls here and let's continue on. Okay, Spearow, Overdrive will be one-shotting it. It's annoying to take some damage, but if we really want to keep up our health long-term, that's kind of the hardest bit, is you see we don't heal freely until every 10 levels, and we're going to be hitting boss battles every now and then. Take the X special attack, which is 5 levels of that. Ember should kill Cottonee here. Brilliant. Yeah, Flacoco, honestly, underrated starter. Again, haven't played Gen 9, but have been endeared to it, especially this shiny. It's just so nice. Round, it's definitely a special attacker, so let's get rid of Tackle. Flacoco did make it onto my champion team for this, so let's just keep going. Ember on the Wormhole. Next level, we are hitting our first trainer battle. Let's get into it. Hopefully something easy. La Salsa, easy peasy. I have some strong thoughts about the game, realistically. Firstly, the usual the Gen 2 starters, bad, just a horrible generation. That's my first one. Second hot take, Pokemon video will be better than any hot takes video we ever record, without a doubt. Let's get ready to hot takes! Whee!
Tyler, you can introduce this one. You can introduce this one. Go on.
Well, me introduce.
That was the intro, you fuck.
That was his intro.
You can do it.
I can't do this.
You gotta just pop that. It's easy.
What do I have to do?
Intro. Hot takes. It's actually on the screen.
Oh, is it? Oh my god! Wow.
Welcome back to MGG. My name is Tyler the Footlicker.
Dude, you're such a. Okay, so welcome back to Mountain Goat Gaming, and we have Hot Takes episode 2. So let's get into it. We have Sean and Alex here today with me, and we're gonna run through some of the hot takes that we've received through our Discord. So yeah, go from there. Easy.
That was hot. That was
explosive. Tyler, tell us about what's going on.
Okay, so what's going on? Breakfast! First things first, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to us, like, and share if possible. Other things to keep in mind, with Barge Tables, we get about a 5% discount code for code GOATS. Make sure to use that whenever you're making a purchase. In addition, for Oz Wargaming, we also have a discount. It's normally 10%. However, because of the current promotion that's going on, it's going on until the end of February, and it gives you an additional 30% off, making it a whopping 40%. And then besides that, the main thing we're trying to get up as well and trying to connect with you guys more is the Discord. So if you have Discord, be sure look in the actual description and you should be able to find the link below. Otherwise, let's get into this.
Okay, let's go.
Brother,
This is
brother used to
from-
be a Twitch streamer.
Twitch
Um,
streamer.
Because streaming is a different platform, unfortunately, Sean. It's a different platform. Coming soon, the OnlyFans. MGG Goats of OnlyFans. So this is from the Hot Takes channel in our Discord. We've gotten a heap of responses. I put this up, I think it was
Like
about
4
a
days
week
ago?
ago.
4 or 5
Max.
days.
It was
Yeah.
the 9th of Feb. Actually, yeah, it was exactly a week ago.
Oh, wow.
And we've had a heap of, I've actually had to cut some because there were just so many. Hopefully we can squeeze them in next time. There were just so many, and I want to give us plenty of time to talk about things. Stay tuned.
If you want to get your hot takes in, get into the Discord, head to the Hot Takes channel. We're hoping to be able to make multiple of these videos. We've already done 2, I believe. I think this ends up being our 3rd, but our first from the Discord. So if you want to partake in this stuff and see your name, your YouTube name up on the screen, get in there, baby. Links obviously where they always are down below.
Also, stick around because we got hot takes from Damo from No Mind No Fate, who that's a channel. We have Jacob from Clockwork Creations, and Sean, I have one of yours in here as well.
Oh hell yeah! Which
We'll
I think
see
I might
which one.
rescind.
Hell yeah, let's get into the thick of it. Let's start. I don't remember
Into
what's
the thick
first. I
of
think
it.
it's. I didn't want to say it. Let's just go. We've crammed them onto the page. Sean, you lead off, then we'll go Tyler, then me. Let's
Oh,
roll
damn.
through. Sean,
Alright.
are we gonna do the classic one fire, not like a kind of standard take, 3 fire, crazy hot?
It's
Yeah,
called
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Arnor. Just kidding. I'll never do that.
It's
Fucking-
Okay,
biscuits
so I'm gonna get confused by it.
and
It's-
Angmar and yeah. All right, so Tom, shout out to Big Man Tom. Fangorn needs a banner with a re-roll within 6 of Treebeard when Merry and Pippin are on Treebeard. That is a cold take, in my opinion. There's a #1 flame because it is needed. It is definitely needed.
I think it shouldn't be free. I reckon he needs to spend a will as well.
Yeah, I'll take
I
that.
think it should be tied to a resource because they can't be. He's fearless and he can't be affected by 90% of magic.
Yeah.
I reckon it should be a renewable resource he does because they're not gonna I guess Merry and Pippin are weaker now, so you don't want to take him as much. But
So we just never seen Ed's fluff, huh?
that's
We
what I'm
just
saying.
never
They
seen
get
a
they
fluff-
get they get 4 times to reroll.
4
turns
times?
to reroll. 4
You're kidding.
turns.
4
You're
turns.
kidding. All these
turns.
other armies, they're like, my leader is now a banner.
4
Fucking, I can't.
turns. If he
And
has
I-
if he has more than a half will and Merry and Pippin are still alive,
That's
it
a
counts as
fucking-
banner VPs.
That's a hot take. No, I don't want that. None of that.
Give
I love
Eagles
the
a banner
banner.
as well whilst we're at it.
Shut the
Oh my god.
Tyler,
Sean,
continue on with
Jesus.
Citrov. Six flame emojis in the chat.
This must be hot.
MESB, from its core design, has been made with narrative play in mind, with recreating moments from the films and books and trying to make it fit within the competitive box or approaching it with the tourney mindset like modern 40k or similar war games only does a disservice to the game and worsens the experience. Though playing battles that never happened in the books is perfectly fine, or playing general skirmish lists is fun, the approach of maximizing lists or only playing the best units with a competitive win at all cost mindset is not in line with the core game. And if you desire to do so, you'd be better served by playing 40k or a TCG.
Damn!
Talking about TCG, join
Damn!
us in Discord where we sometimes play Magic the
It's not
Gathering.
like magic. This
Okay,
is hot.
that
as
is
fuck.
That is hot. That is
Oh,
hot.
that
6
hurt.
flames, but I don't think it's entirely wrong. The game was made with a narrative mindset, and it is ultimately a skirmish game. I think in the early days it was like don't really play more than like 500-ish points, and then the community started pushing that up to the 1,000 points that we get, which is why I believe they also made War of the Ring, the rank and flank,
Mhm.
but that ultimately crashed and burned. So, yeah, they're not wrong, but it's
I
still
think-
a damn hot
yeah,
take.
It's so hot. I think you should be allowed to want to win. Is my thing.
100%.
But I kind of get like the bit that I love about it is that small scale skirmish. the getting all the toys out is awesome. Like 1,000. I haven't played a lot of 800 or even 1,000 points, but getting them all out is awesome. But the having 20 models, 10 models, 15 models on the board just hits a different spot for me, where it's like every single one matters.
My biggest gripe with this edition is the fact that Blitz doesn't work as well as it did in the previous edition. Alex ran all these Blitz tournaments, 200 points, 8 model minimum, was it? I can't remember.
Yep.
And that honestly, some of the best games of Lord of the Rings I've ever played. Super simple to set up, 2x2 boards, super dense tables that GBHL would never have seen.
Look, for me, I come from a competitive background with whatever game I play. So
I'm honestly surprised you never tried 40k.
I couldn't stand it. I get where he's coming from, 100%, but there should still be a competitive nature. Trading, I think trading card games, though, is a whole different kettle of fish in comparison to what I guess this person may feel in regards to the competitive nature of MESBG.
M Dodge, which is Matt Dodson Geary, shout out to the man. He's a Rohan player, you can fucking tell. The Royal Standard should be on a 5+, or give gambling his third might back. I think this is actually, it's not a hot take in terms of other people are saying it, but I think he's wrong.
Yeah, I think he's wrong.
I think, and you've played with it, man. 6-inch banner,
yeah,
huge,
is insane. And the 6, you have so much might in Rohan that you should be playing with a decent amount of heroes. That's the whole point of Rohan. You'll roll the 6s. It happens. Even
now,
like go for it.
So I was at that tournament yesterday and went up against Matty Hansen, and he was running Kingdom of Rohan, had gambling and banner, and he got about 2 points of might back, which I feel is relatively average, and that's pretty good. His next game though, brother got 6 points of might back on the 6+. Obviously a spike, but I think the 6+ is fine. I think we learnt from the Beornings where that 5+ is just a little bit stinky.
Yeah. And you're not going to rely on it, which is actually the beauty of it, because you can't rely on it, and you need to win games assuming it won't happen. Yep. But when you get those spikes and it makes a hard game easier or an easy game a wash, you take that every day.
Yep.
Tyler, you played a little bit of Kingdom of Rohan especially.
Yep, I played with a lot of gambling, and he won me a lot of games and has kept me in a lot of games just with the 6-inch banner alone, plus the might. I mean, I think it was like 2 days ago where I just literally rolled like 5 or 6 sixes against one of the guys down here in Victoria. It was just, he was just like, of course you're rolling that. And I'm like, look, listen, it's gonna happen. But I think the third might I would like back on gambling.
Would you trade it for 5/5?
Oh,
I'd keep the 5/5.
Nah, I'd keep the 5/5 too.
Yeah, exactly. He's hot.
Oh, yeah.
Sean, take us. Azagul's got some thoughts about the Brits.
Throwing weapons and bows should be combined limit to 1/3, but the British would never go for that with their tables. That is a hot take. That is hot. This would kill Rohan even further.
Exactly, dude. Rohan would not exist.
Rohan is already struggling with or Foot Rohan in particular is already struggling with that. This would kill that. This would kill Usurpers of Edoras as well. It would be kind of stinky.
At lower points at least, yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler, what's up, buddy?
Look, I'm torn because I hate shooting, but at the same time, that's a farce.
A little bit far.
It's yeah.
But I like where you're going.
I understand the idea, because like when we had to deal with AOL, and that was like an issue. And I think even if they were in this edition, they would still be an issue, even with magic being debuffed slightly, and even the weapon limits. You didn't have more than basically a third between the spiders and the spears and everything. You're fine. Taking it down that far would shooting is a part of the game, and it should be a part of the game.
Yep.
That's my thoughts. I think that's probably a 3.
That's a 3.
That's a big 3.
Yeah.
It's 100%. So hot that someone fucking laughed at it at how silly it was.
I know, right? Tyler, I don't know what you're going to think about this one.
You should be able to heroic strike multiple times in the same combat. What the fuck? 2 might for 2d3. What in tarnations is
Are you ready
this?
for Boromir to just win every game?
Every fucking fight he's
Walks up
involved
to
in?
Smaug and goes, fucking, I'll spend 3, mate. Fucking, let's go. Confirm that shit.
This is nasty. What
This
the
is
fuck
where
is
I'm
that?
torn. I'm torn with this because, yes, Boromir with this is real stanky, but there's definitely some moments where I really wish that a certain wolf could get up to fight 10.
But I don't think he should be able to.
No, and that's the thing. He
that's
shouldn't
the
be able to, but I want him to get up to fight 10. But it's really funny when he kills not Gulliver, Gwahir when he's only fight 6. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, I think it just sends the maths out the window in terms of fight value and who can strike and who can't strike. Like I think Gwahir being fight 8 but not being able to strike is actually really well done. Because if you're fight 6, and I've done this with a Witch King, where he struck up and I hit an 8 and I went, like he can't strike. There's no worry about that strike, but I can still just not reach it or not go over it.
Mm.
As soon as you throw that in the wind, and then everyone's spending might. So if Elendil or something, or something, no, Elendil. If anyone charges into anything, and then both heroes like start just spending a heap of might, the game just becomes a bit shit very quickly because everyone's out of might.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like you lose the heroic moves and the combats, and I think that's almost the most fun of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say the rework of the fight value system this edition, I'm actually okay with.
Huon, I'll take this one. Huon, I'm glad Elendil lost his horse. Old version with his fight 7 and fortify spirit could far too easily take on literally anything without any concern. Much better balance now he's walking.
He's only said that
something
because
here.
Tyler would whoop his ass, right?
I'm gonna add on to this take. People that complain about something getting nerfed because it was their favorite thing is just because it was broken anyway.
Tyler, rebut.
You're
Are
allowed
you
to,
fucking kidding?
You're allowed to not like your favorite thing got nerfed, but it's because it was fucked. Elendil was insane.
200 points. What was he getting played at? What tournaments was he winning? What tournaments was he winning?
I'm just saying, because no one good used him.
No one good? You're fucking kidding. Are you kidding?
He was fight 7 in a world where fight 7 was non-existent. With strike on a horse, D8 with the shield, 2 dice free to resist. He was a monster, and
he was a monster, and he was 200 points. Yeah,
I hope that was worth it.
And he led D4 in fight 4 shitters. That's
Tyler. Are we not? Are we also thinking about an edition where you could Yellow Alliance in Gwahir and Elves?
Yeah, I get that, but you're still paying points. So what points are you gonna do it at? 750 plus? 750 plus? What tournaments were running that consistently above 750?
All the ones you went to.
What do you mean? That was
Tyler,
2 of them. That was 2.
I had to go. Tell us how many tournaments you won with him.
I had to go out of the country just to play with that fucking list. Thank you very much.
And continuing on with Yellow Alliances, I'm also a big fan of the new army list system. It breaks up super combos when well written, e.g. no wraiths alongside Gulliver anymore. And if they keep an eye on things as tournament results come in, it should allow for easier balance.
That's fine.
I'll be honest, I like it. I'm also a big fan of the new army list building system.
I'm not disputing that last half.
Wait, do you think that the first one is a 3-star hot take?
I'd say 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 to 3. It's just
like
you lose so much. You lose so much.
1.5. I think
Imagine Aemir being on his foot the whole fucking time.
It's still taking Elendil.
Motherfucker.
Sure, we got Gabriel, our magic buddy.
Woo! Scenarios feel like they were rushed and not scaled well with the scoring. Yeah, 100%.
I think the scoring's probably fine. I can't think of unless we're talking about banners, but the scaling itself for the main objectives and stuff.
I also don't think there's like a huge issue with the banner like scoring, like the points wise and whatnot.
Correct.
My issue with the banner is the fact that there is a large portion of lists that just can't gain access to banner VPs. So if more lists had either access to banner VPs in some way, or those little mini games that we've spoken about, like the snow troll and whatnot, if they had more access to that kind of stuff, then I definitely don't have an issue with banner VPs and scoring. But at the moment, could be a little bit better.
Needs more scenarios.
Yep.
Tyler, Josh Coles is with us.
Okay, so not sure if it's a hot take really, but the one fate really is a gash. It's really inconsistent with various heroes dying and keeping 3 fate or having a profile from like a week or 2 prior where they get 3 fate. Gilgalad, the Chad, and the Lindil should both have 3 fate in their realms list. Fair enough in Last Alliance they keep their 1 fate. Also, in changing the fight values, there's a few heroes now that aren't represented right, like Wolf being the same fight value as Legolas or Aemir. Okay, interesting.
That's essentially
Let's
true
break. Let's
takes.
break it. Let's
focus-
break it down.
Let's focus on the
Yeah.
first one, which is about the whole if they die they get 1 fate, and some things should have maybe different profiles. Or you talked about this the other day with Theoden in like Helm's Deep should have at least 2 fate.
Because he gets wounded. He gets wounded, and then you have like at a road to Helm's Deep, he should have 3 fate. If that makes sense.
I think
It's an interesting idea. That's my idea because he's alive through multiple of these legendary legion scenarios, right? Where you're creating them from. So he survives numerous things, and then yes, defenders of the Pelennor or riders of Theoden. Do I think he should just have the 1 fate? Absolutely, because he dies in that.
I think it's a really good idea, and it's something they could not have done in the previous edition unless it was linked to Legendary Legions. Whereas in this edition, the fact that every single army is separate, I think this gives you the ability to go, all right, cool. In Road to Helm's Deep, add special or like army bonus, Theoden gets 3 fate.
Yeah.
It's something they could have done, and I definitely believe they should have done.
Cool.
The changing fight values not being aligned, it's really hard. It's actually just really hard to do. I think the whole when you think about like Helm, he's fight 7. I'm probably fine with him being fight 6 or 7. In order for Wolf to be an actual villain in that story, and for him to, and he was pretty significant in like that story, he kind of has to be probably fight 6.
It's the Azog-Bolg situation of
which is now why Thorin is
yeah.
fight 7 as well. King Thorin,
Yes.
that is.
Yeah.
And Dane train.
Yeah,
and Dane
sure.
train. And I guess Army of Edoras Hammerhand to me, in my opinion, should be fight 7. I mean, anybody else see him just fucking whack the Mumak's leg and make a dent? So for me, I would say fight 7 Helm there. Wolf, I genuinely think he should be a fight 5, get +1 fight 5, get +1 fight value against Rohan.
I'd even venture to say get rid of the reroll 1s to wound against heroes, make it +1 fight against heroes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Situationally, because I genuinely, I completely agree. He should not be on the same tier as Leggy or Aemir. Oh, more so Aemir. Legolas.
Legolas can be ahead of him.
No, I don't mind it being the same level as Aemir. I think Legolas should be better than him.
Oh,
Yeah, I agree with Sean there.
oh, okay.
Sure.
They're the same kind of dudes. Like Aemir's just got a more standout role in the movies and in the books, so he has this presence. Is he a better fighter than Wolf? We don't know.
I mean, wasn't he compared to Prince Imrahil and Aragon in terms of
I
fighting?
think it wasn't compared. It was more so that they kind of stood out in the battle.
Within their realms of
Okay, interesting, cool.
But
Killy foot heroes just don't earn the points you pay for them. Unless they're mounted to have some other force multiplier, as like free hero combats or something like that. In 98% of cases, I'd rather take a captain and troops over a foot hero whose only value is hero and kill stuff. I disagree with this.
I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence with it, to be brutally
There
honest.
are foot troops. Not every killy foot heroes. What do you define as a killy foot hero? Are we saying Elendil?
Elendil, Grimbold.
Elendil gets a free hero combat, so.
Yeah.
Gilgalad.
Gilgalad, but he has other value in terms of bringing fight 6 to the board, which I think we can agree is insane.
Is insane. Yep, absolutely.
But like we think like Faramir, would you consider he's not a killy? Because I think he's a really solid option.
Yeah.
Like Boz on foot, still pretty great. Any version of him.
Well, Boss still gets a +1 to wound when he charges, so I don't.
Even Boromir of Gondor doesn't, but
Oh yeah, true. I mean, like, yeah, it's hard because of the way they describe the killy foot heroes. It's like, what are we like? Obviously, it's a Dane on foot,
He's
like,
still a
and
monster.
he's still a monster. But I mean, the him being on foot is a lot more restrictive. Like,
Okay.
I'll
Oh,
agree.
he is the person I'm thinking of that makes me think this is wrong. What do we think of Hasharon?
Trash.
Whoa.
No.
But like Hasharon, Dalamir, those kind of guys who,
But they're
other
non-existent
than
right now.
Yeah.
no. But like we know, like the vibe of them in terms of
That's-
Hasharon is purely there to hit two dudes, kill two dudes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Bane King's
They
all
don't.
that
They
fun
can't
stuff,
lead
yeah.
many troops if they're a minor hero. If they were a minor hero, that
Yep.
kind of vibe. I still think they have value, for sure.
Yeah.
And they don't have like they don't have force multiply. They have
Yeah.
Bane of Kings, but I wouldn't consider that a. They have
Yep.
one might.
My argument is Defenders of Helm's Deep. When do you take Aragon versus just taking Theoden, Gimli, Legolas, or you know what I mean? Like those moments where it's like, cool, are you spending another additional 100 points to bring in your Aragon on foot, or are you bringing in more troops to cover more bases and bring in more shooting? Like I'm genuinely.
Is that because of just the way the meta has gone? If people took bigger heroes and less troops overall, Aragorn would become more prevalent.
Yeah. Oh,
I also just wonder, like, how much better should a hero be at killing stuff than, say, just a regular warrior? Like, should they be should they be killing every time they hit a combat? If they're going up against three dudes, should they be killing three dudes every
No.
combat?
kill
No.
one.
Kill one. I think heroes, even the quote unquote killy ones, are in a fine spot in the sense because they've got a slightly better chance than troops or whatever lower tier heroes have at killing. Like,
They probably need to kill like 1.5 to 2 models a turn on average. So like if they lose one of every 3 turns, they don't even win the fight. And then they kill one turn, they kill 2 the other turn.
yeah, it's
It's interesting. Cool.
Sean, sporting awards.
Sporting awards shouldn't exist, as it is generally a friend/clicks that will be voting for themselves. I don't know about that. Matt Hansen didn't vote for me yesterday.
What a dog. And then you went and got barbecue with him. Crazy.
Yeah, but brother voted me as second because he felt sorry for the third player.
I'm a little bit torn. Yeah, just because I've heard from other communities where it's like it really is. It's like, so how did he get 8 votes when he only played 5 to 6 games? That's the concern. Those are the concerns that I've had raised from other communities where they're like, like you can't even get you shouldn't in theory be above the game limit. And that's where I have the issue.
That should only be people you actually play
versed.
against.
Yeah,
Yep,
and how
100%.
that's tracked, I have no clue because I just haven't ran a tournament myself. So that's where it'll be up to the TOs to decide and be able to make the judgment calls there.
The easiest way is you just rank your opponents. You rank them all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So either way, main thing is like it should still be an award in my opinion. It still incentivizes people to be as nice of a person as possible for playing a hobby and kind of go from there.
I'll be honest, I have done it at the Queensland GT where I've done it's not the best sport. I can't remember what I called it, but you could vote for anyone over those 2 days, and that includes if you were just like hanging out with someone at the social event on the Saturday night and you got on really well with them and you thought they were a good dude or whatever, you could vote for them.
Yep.
And so like as long as, in my opinion, as long as the best sports award doesn't affect the table, we're golden.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Tyler, do you want to create this last one? This is
Michael Kerr is overrated.
crazy. So
But
Sean,
he's
this
got
is you.
great feet. He has really cool.
You have
looking
really
feet.
great feed. They're internationally bound. Sean, why did you write this?
Were we talking about it in a Discord chat or something?
I don't
Something
know.
came up and somebody said, "Oh, no one's going to put Michael Kerr's overrated in the hot topics thing, and I went, I will, and so I did
Tyler.
it. Oh, it's Tyler. It was Tyler.
It was
Oh.
me. It was me, Mike, and I love you. But goddamn, you make some questionable
Oh,
decisions.
because it was at CanCon. We were talking about CanCon.
Yeah.
Damn, that's right.
It was the moment we all knew was when Kylie looked over at the board and Mike knew too. And we looked at the board, we were like, yeah, he fucked up. He fucked up
You
hard.
check out our CanCon tournament review because, yeah, Mike may have put Saruman like 10 inches away from the rest of his army in recon and then failed to cast.
Next one.
Okay, it's me. Sorry, I'm gonna run through. This is Brandon from the US. He's hit us with a couple, and I want to get in here. First one, Guahir is fine and pointed just fine. The only thing that makes him at all problematic is piercing cry. I think
I have no problem with it.
I think it's kind of hot. I think he's still really good. He can't strike, but that third attack is really nice.
It is
The
phenomenal.
piercing cry is also very good. But I think both of those, him and Bayon, need to a little bit, just.
Never say that about my boy. My boy has hindrances. No question.
Yeah, I think Guahir probably even like 20 points, 25 points. That's fine. The points increase to horses was a massive overcorrection.
Yeah,
I disagree.
I think
Right.
I agree with it.
I think it shouldn't be an auto take. It was an auto take, and now it's an actual consideration. It's not like we're leaving horses off every hero.
What list? I swear I don't think I've ran a list. If I have a horse option, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's just
The
you're
horse.
wait. As in the hot take is saying that they went too far. They made them too expensive.
Yeah, but the point being is your statement just then is like, oh well, now you have to take the consideration. It's like no. I just have to accept that it's now 20 points too much.
Yeah, I think they're too expensive.
Yep.
I already
What,
thought they were too
15
expensive
or-
at 10
Whoa,
points.
No, Sean, you're just saying that to
Thank you,
show
boy.
shit. There's no way you believe that.
Well, I never took a horse, did I? When did I run horses?
You've run a horse before.
Yeah, when I
If-
had an all-mounted list.
You've-
Boromir with banner, no horse. That was my thing. That was my stick.
Yeah, my thing is like I don't know. It's definitely hard. I don't like the fact that it's so many points now for.
you not
You
heard
can't
that my
even,
damn
Tyler,
song?
you can't even take them on your heroes anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh my god.
Thanks,
Third
mate.
one, the throwing weapon limit is a good change. I don't think anyone's in disagreement. I think Rohan struggle, but they don't struggle. If you just build the list different, you're fine.
Yeah.
And again, this is another one where I think
Just take them all
they were
mounted.
really good.
Yeah.
And toning it down, it makes you sad because of what existed previously.
Yeah, you know what? It was the good life prior.
Yeah. And
I
all it
would-
means is your defenders are Helm's Deep. You need more
Elven spear
elves
support.
with spear. Yep,
Yep.
that's it.
I would like to, in a couple of months, get someone who's come into MESBG as a new player with the new edition and has had
Oh,
nothing with the old edition,
Yeah.
and ask them these questions. Thoughts on the throwing weapon rule, thoughts on 20-point horses, all that. I think that would be a really, really interesting
Because
conversation.
imagine if we told a new player, hey, imagine if there was no limit to throwing weapons.
Yeah.
They would be like, that's bonkers. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
And the final one, I'm not actually the best player in Australia. Tyler, I think you responded to this pretty well
It's Henry
in the
Kerr.
Discord. I'd like you to defend me like my lawyer again.
Listen,
And to be clear, I don't think I am.
look, I
But he
will
d- he
say
does.
he makes an argument for minimum top 3. He makes a significant argument for top 3, considering the run that he actually had last year.
Oh, it was
Pretty
stupid.
substantial.
He was disgusting, dude.
It was pretty crazy. I think
crazy.
like one of his lowest place. I think he had a low place in a 4th. I think. Other than that, he minimum podiumed, if not won, majority of the tournaments that he attended.
I'm not claiming first. I'll even take top 5.
Oh, I genuinely
Kylie
still
has
think,
me at about 22nd.
yeah. His look.
Give
I will
me-
say
give me
Kylie
the top
goes
3.
first.
the
Kylie goes
top 3.
first
Kylie goes first.
because she plays enough. Or she's so active in the community.
Yeah.
Jeremy Hunter is he's still my second. Probably, if he was more active, he'd probably be first.
Damn.
Andrew Coleman and Alex are probably on the same tier for me, and
I
then
haven't
Chris
played
and
him.
even
I'm
and
so
even
sad I
and
missed
even
you.
Chris Todd makes a fucking
Chris Todd's
argument
good.
Oh,
for
Chris
there as
Todd
well.
does,
Tyler,
doesn't he?
you're in there as well. Sean,
I'm
you're in
not
there as
there.
well. Yes,
I'm
you
not
are.
there.
I'm not in there, brother. I came 12th.
You've come top 3 in 2 Queensland leagues. That
I'm
happened.
good in Queensland. Anywhere else?
Everyone's good in Queensland. Hey. Shout out to Jay for winning a tournament yesterday.
I just realized I could have given you your lowest placing last year if I'd beat you at Clash.
Yep.
Damn, that would have been an award. That would have been better than coming first at Clash.
Let's move on. Thank you, Tyler. That made my heart warm.
Agent Silver 3410 releasing only 6 scenarios was the right
You can
call
also
for
do
this
the next one
edition.
as well because they're linked.
Cool. It lets old players focus on rule changes and subtle differences that could be missed. It also lets new players learn the game without having 24 different scenarios, as well as the rules. Starting small, growing is better than overwhelming new players all at once. The 6 match play scenarios are the other 12 scenarios from the old match play guide are derivatives of the 6 and only add notional variations. I don't think we're getting 18 new single scenarios in the match play guidebook because 6 will be doubles. Yeah, I think so. Therefore, GW should not release the new match play guide.
To confirm before we get into it, Reese, I don't know if this is Reese Queensland Reese or a different Reese. You can't read because they did say 24 single scenarios. So yeah.
We love you, by the way.
I love you. But
Thank you for joining the Discord.
We love everyone, but we're not afraid to
say our piece.
Look, I don't fully disagree with Agent Silver saying that starting off slow is good, but also
pick a better 6 to start with? Question mark?
Yeah,
pick 12 and 12 perhaps.
Yeah.
Because there are some small changes. Like, did I forget that to the death you get extra points for killing heroes? Yep. Did I forget that recon you get more points for heroes getting off the board? Yep. But it also took me 14 minutes to read it and go, yeah, cool, that's the change.
Yeah.
Yep. Give me more.
That's fair.
Also, Reese coming in saying that the other 12 scenarios only like variations of the original 6 is wild. What is Seize the Prize off? Like, what
Seize the Prize?
I mean, like, Assassination and Fog of War is relatively similar.
Yeah, Clash by
right?
Moonlight?
I understand. I'm not saying
No, I know. I think you're playing
down,
devil's advocate, but I want to kill
Divide and Conquer is similar to Domination.
Domination, capture and control.
Right. It's 3 objectives. It's 3 objectives instead of 4 or 5, and then you're taking control of the area. It's controlling an area, right?
Breakthrough as well. Like
that's why there's the pools. Yeah.
They're not entirely wrong in that sense. I think there's enough slight variations in the way the game is played that makes them different enough. When you look into the nuances of how they play. I think they're different enough.
Deployment zone is obviously the biggest thing. Like it's like all these massive. They're small. I'm like all of a sudden you're saying destroy the supplies and some of these other ones that are similar, but like Assassination versus Fog of War, Assassination is a 50% deployment zone. So you're deploying right up the front, like somebody's being the aggressor in that. Then you have the same thing for Breakthrough versus what are the other ones? Capture Control and
Dom.
And Dom. No.
Those all start in the middle line, but I'm even thinking like
no. But what's the pool? It's literally Breakthrough, Capture Control. Is it
Domination?
Dom?
Yeah.
You sure it's not Divide and Conquer?
100%.
I got it.
That's Divide and Conquer,
maneuvering.
Storm the Camp, and Recon.
Shout out to these Queensland League things that are made and that are useless now. But the pool that you're looking for, objective scenario, Seize the Prize, Destroy the Supplies, Retrieval. Then you've got Domination, Capture and Control, Breakthrough.
Okay, so it is Dom. So you have basically the ability to be 50% deployment in 3 of those scenarios, but you have an option in Capture and Control whether or not you want to start further back.
Also, Break versus Quarter is massive.
It's
slight
huge.
Difference, yeah.
Yeah, it's like also like Domination, you care about each one equally. Breakthrough, you can be a all hero army and go, cool, I'm just sitting on this one.
Yeah. Or I'm going for their back objective and breaking.
Go sit on the back one. Yeah.
I'm going to say go contest 2 objectives. I'll get your back one and one of the ones to my right or left, and then break you, and potentially I actually win the game still. So
If they had 2 good pulls, and I think there's going to be more objective carrying scenarios because of the rules like Bilbo in Survivors and Nori and Shagrat, I think there's going to be a couple more of those.
Yep.
And I think they'll be good.
Quite exciting.
Tyler.
So Chris comes in with Return of the King needs Aragorn to be a banner again. There aren't enough scenarios, and horses are way too expensive. So let's cross out number 3 and 2 because we basically already talked about those things. Return of the King needing Aragorn to be a banner again, I'd say abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah. Even if it's just 3 inches.
3 inches, nah,
Just
give him the
something.
freaking 6. You're already at a model count disadvantage to like the nth degree. You're having
Look,
to pay
they did
so many
lose
points.
Harbinger, yeah.
You're not your Warriors of the Dead are not wounding the same way that they used to, right? Like you have your Courage 4 dwarves that are still able to shrug that shit, or like you just genuinely it doesn't. I would want the banner to make it a little bit more consistent, or the fight value bubble to be even bigger, so on
Yeah.
and so forth.
They're solid, but they feel like they're missing a little bit of something.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's
Would you lose 8-inch move Spectral Walk for a 6-inch Aragon banner?
Yeah.
Because that's what it
Yeah,
feels
probably,
like.
but the 8
they've
inches is really
traded.
cool.
Yep.
The 8 inches is yoked.
Controversial opinion. I say whatever, as long as the King of the Dead is alive, within 6 inches, whoever is within 6 inches of him, that tries to charge any terrifying model has to do 2 terror checks. So a fearful check, as well as a normal terror check.
Damn, shout out to the FAQs. Bonkers,
Yikes.
but okay.
Hey, it means that those
He's
low...
saying this is a person that runs fucking all heroes and bodyguard and shit, so he doesn't care. Us orc players and wildman players sitting there like, fuck me.
He's like, fucking...
I just take a bear and he's fearless, so I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
You also want
Okay,
to give him Harbinger, my boy.
Yeah, right.
Yucky.
Okay, this is Damo from No Light No Fate. He's given us his comprehensive list of what he thinks. Sean, it's your chance to go through. Let's go.
Oh, brother. All right, Damo, what do you got for us? One not so hot take. A hot take. You know where I'm going with this. All right. Grimbold should have stayed in the Lord of the Rings book and become the Gigatrad he should have always been. Bro was literally in the movies twice. He was definitely in the movies once.
Definitely.
He was named in the
once.
movies. His name was said in the movies once, so we could say
Well,
he was
he's
there.
shown. You see him clip clop along.
He clip along. The other one people suspect is him as the old dude from Snowbound or whatever. But anyway,
Yeah.
but I want him. Give us Grimbold. I like that dude. Number 2, G-Dub don't know how to write any new objectives for scenarios to make up the extra AVPs, so they make up already disliked parts of army building. Banner model restrictions and taking away the ability to be creative and convert a banner for a different warrior model, Fountain Court card, and give us a generic banner VP objective that can swing a game. 6 VPs question mark? Is it 4?
I think it's 4 at the max.
I think it's 4.
Is it 4?
I think it's the banner, so like destroy the supplies is definitely 4. It's the do you have more than your opponent, and do you have any, and your opponent has none.
None. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you start off with one and you lose that banner for that game, you'd swing 6 VPs.
How would you swing 6?
So because you're
You'd
neutral,
swing 6. Sure.
that's why he's saying.
As
That's
in
why
they
he's saying.
had one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if they had one, you lose it. It's now
So
gone
you
from
lose
you
2 and they gain
neutral.
4. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, fair.
That's fair. Yeah. Next up, following that, given the prevalence of banner VPs in the current scenarios and going off the assumption that banner VPs will be crammed into more scenarios unnecessarily, I might add, all heroes with banner effects should count as banner VPs in their respective lists, as some lists have completely lost physical banners and have banner effects as a consolation prize. I don't care that you now have to kill Alisar to stop me scoring those points. His 250 points. Thorin in Assault on Ravenhill and Rosie. In the Shire list count for VPs, but no one else.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I don't wholly disagree with that. I think that's what I mentioned earlier with banner VPs of give lists that don't have banners a way to get banner VPs, whether it is as a banner VP like this, or those mini games that we spoke about.
The one thing that I look, I think the banners are worth too many points, but I don't mind them being VPs, and I don't mind that some lists can't get them. My issue is if you tie them straight to the person who gives a banner effect, it's almost always the leader, and therefore there's just so many points tied up in that model, which is also what's the same thing that's happening with banners anyway.
Yeah,
I don't think we want you need someone to go, I can ignore the objective and get 7-9 points for killing Thrall.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't like it. I look, if Beornings are still gonna be a thing, I prefer if I don't have to kill both Grim Beorn and Beorn to be able to fucking dictate their banner VPs. And that's
brother,
coming from a person that loves playing bears.
Oh no,
brother! I hope they bring out Beornings again because I want to pull out my bears.
Like,
of course they got rid of fucking some of the GW Christians, but not those cunts.
Yeah, I do believe that majority of armies should gain access to them or have some sort of VP way of making up.
Oh, whose turn was it? I think me or Sean?
I think it's myself.
Oh,
Okay, go for it, man.
Characters like Sauron and Smaug should alter the game enough to make it feel different than fighting a normal army and should not be reserved for just narrative play. Also, if no heroes are fighting against Sauron, he should auto win. My fucking God, Jesus
Okay,
Christ. Let me finish this.
Yeah, let's do one. Oh, there's more. Yeah, hold on.
Okay, look, no. Actually, we'll finish this one real
let's
quick.
do the first
What
half of the
the
sentence.
fuck is that?
Do they not alter the game enough?
I swear to God, you've never played a Smaug. I need to see this shit.
I've never played. I've never walked into the game going, "Cool, I'm going to form up my ranks, and we're going to move forward."
He already alters your game plan enough. The amount of prep that we had to go through the night before just to deal with Smaug was fucking like, and then having to apply it in game and try and execute it is another fucking task. Like, it's not like we're doing this thinking we have a fucking empty board like we're playing the GBHL. We have fucking terrain, and it's like, oh, how am I going to make sure that I get my model close enough to bait out Smaug so he can't shoot that first turn? It's not. They already alter the game enough. I don't think Smaug anyway. Sauron, no.
I still think he.
If no heroes in the are fighting against him, auto win.
Does that mean they're all
Donkey.
dead? Does that mean maybe they've they mean that like if all the heroes on the opponent's side are dead? Because surely they can't mean, oh, if you didn't have someone in combat this turn that you win.
That's what he's saying. That's
surely.
No.
And that's the question: is if you do throw your heroes in, and you don't win, and they die, then you get to a point of the game where you're just like, all right, well, I literally can't do anything.
Yep.
So yeah, that's stinky.
Yeah, if you go, let's picture this like battle hardened this year. Somebody has Riders of Theoden into a Sauron, and all of a sudden Sauron eventually just starts killing all like 5 heroes, 6 heroes that they bring, and then it's just the rest of the Rohan Royal Guard and Riders. And he's just like, yep, cool, I just win. No, that's not. No. That doesn't create a quality play experience in any sense. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a man down, currently unable to get back up.
I'm playing on the ground now. This is nice.
Jesus. Okay. I'll read the next one. Also, Magic as a whole was fine last edition. It was just a couple spells that needed tuning. Otherwise, people just complained too much. Oh, man, I can't.
Here we go. Tyler's got a few things to say.
Oh my God.
It was a couple spells that were the main culprits.
Transfix,
Compel, Sorcerer's Blast, Wrath of Brunin. I swear that got
Black
nerfed,
Dart.
right?
Yeah, it
Black
went
Dart,
from 6 to 3.
Chill Soul. What are we talking about here? Like,
Yeah.
It's not just a few. Enrage Beast was a huge
Enraged
issue.
Beast was
Freaking way
insane.
too much value. Like, what are we
when it was
invisible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Shroud of Shadows.
Shadows was
Ooh.
freaking gas.
When
Like,
it was a single caster
Mhm.
in a list, they're not wrong.
Oh,
As soon as you start as soon as you start hitting double caster, you start seeing some huge issues. You start triple caster comes in, that's a whole nother story.
It's also about the reliability.
Yeah, what about blinding light? So we're not saying
Oh,
blinding light
dude.
was a fucking problem? Literally.
Yeah, blinding
No,
light
it's
definitely
just
was a
Blinding light
problem.
was a problem, right? Because
That's-
every fucker that had it could freaking channel it. They're like, you know what? Channel with Gandalf, channel with Círdan, channel with freaking Galadriel.
And it goes off on a 2+.
Ugh.
Two
dude.
plus, you're not even committing quality resources to getting that off.
Mate,
It was a 4+. You're like, cool. You're spending 2 in the free to get it off and maintain it. Fine. 2+, ridiculous. And that's coming from a
I
person
think
that loves
three's at a
it.
good spot now because, mate, I played some games with Gandalf and I was like, I can't risk not getting it off because I'm
Yeah.
gonna lose some dude. So I don't spend in 3 and 1.
Yeah, but channeling wise, in the last
Oh, you
edition,
don't. Channeling is crazy.
yeah, but that's the other thing. It was like blinding light. You had what were the other spells that were crazy? Dismay and command, like
Oh,
Aura of Command
bro.
for Círdan on a 2+ as well. It was like, so this guy just got, and I think he still has Aura of Command. I can't remember if he does or doesn't, but it's still the consistency that they were pumping out spells. It was just way too much.
Yeah, it's just Awen/Mary is the best cav model in the game. In the game.
Elendil. Oh shit, sorry.
Oh fuck.
Gilgalad.
Oh, no,
fuck,
Gilgalad.
sorry.
Man, y'all play dog.
Is there any others that actually just lost their horse?
Y'all play dogs. I need some shit.
Damn.
Sean, we have Jacob the Conquest Creator in the Discord. He's been in a call like once because he's a busy man, but when he
He's a
gets
very-
there, he doesn't do it.
It's it's very much like when you wanted to go and see Steve Irwin back in the day at Australia Zoo, and you
then
would
he was
show
dead.
up there, and he just wasn't there.
because
You never knew when, so you
got
you had to
shanked.
go all the time, and that's what it's like. You got to come to our Discord all the time to potentially talk to Jakob from Conquest Creations.
Or other content creators like JMac and Kylie and
Oh,
stuff like that.
JMac is just in the Discord dropping craziness.
He's
I love
saying
him
some
so
words.
much.
He's the greatest dude. All right, so Jakob, what are you saying? Let's get spicy. Transfix is the least fun mechanic in the whole game. Yes, and should have either needed a 5+ to cast across the board or just be removed. Not removed, but a 5+ to cast across the board.
Oh, I will say-
100%.
I have to say, I have insider information on this one. I have insider trading secrets. Jacob did say he wrote that as rage bait. As in, he believes that Transfix is too strong, but the whole remove from the game is kind of just to see.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah,
It is
look.
it was very oppressive.
Yes.
Yep.
I 100% agree with the 5+ to cast across the board.
It's fine now. It's better now.
It's all right. This edition change, it didn't go far enough. Jesus Christ. Horses are still insanely good. What's he want? 40-point horses? All right. Magic is still
He plays
able to
with
feel.
dwarves, bro.
Yeah.
That's why. He can't fucking
Not
move
anymore.
further than 5 inches.
Magic is still able to fulfill the same role. Yeah, but it's not as oppressive in my mind.
That's
The
consistent.
scenarios, yeah. The scenarios didn't change enough. Yeah. There is still some major compression in the fight value. I just had a damn stroke, boys.
Yeah,
Um,
agree. I think horses are at a pretty solid spot. I look, if they went up to 25 and I didn't know about 20 point, I wouldn't like. The people who are going to take them are going to take them.
look, do you know what's just real stinky? Is when you're versing Danny and he comes out with Círdan and he just goes, call wins or whatever on your dude on a
Call wins
horse.
is disgusting.
Oh.
Call wins is gross.
Hey, do you want Wolf sitting at the back of the board the entire game? Here you go.
Every turn. It's just blowing them out of combat as well. Oh, we're getting
We're
getting
getting
too
to
far
deep
sidetracked.
territory.
Let's go
Let's
with
carry on.
Tyler, tell us about PD. What does he think?
Okay, P. Gimli should be strength 5 or 3 attacks base.
Big yes.
Mhm,
Strength
mhm,
5.
mhm.
I strength 5. He already gets 3 attacks.
He already
Who
gets
is the
pseudo
thing?
3 attacks.
Strength
That's
five's
fine.
Chad.
I should be able to deploy the 3 hunters in the same warband, space allowing. Fantastic.
Agreed.
Love it.
Yep, I'm there for it.
So that's like a 1. Cool. Flying monsters can't move with fly when barging.
What happened to their wings?
So somehow we just we swooped in, came to a halting stop, and then crawled
and then
on the
waddled
ground.
over.
No. Do you know what it is? It's one of these bad boys where they're coming in, and they swoop, and the barge is where they hit them, and then they're
And
still
then
skidding
bounce
across the ground.
backwards.
They're just like, yeah,
What
they
happens when they
bounce.
barge backwards? Dunk,
That's-
wah!
Yeah, that's where they spread their wings back, and then it's like a parachute, and they go backwards.
Oh,
Oh god, I can't do this.
It's
That's a
real
hot
cope
take.
in
That's like a 2 or 3. Jesus. Strength 7 plus should never be knocked prone.
oh, never.
Actually, look,
No.
there's some things.
I'm sorry, Moomac versus Mortal Troll. You think the Moomac doesn't knock down the Mortal Troll?
Oh, just...
Is he frozen or is he?
That's a good
I
question.
think he's frozen.
I think he's frozen. Tyler.
Taylor. Oh, that's so
Taylor.
good. Oh no. I was like, oh, I got him. He's still contemplating. That's so good.
Let's carry on. Oh, he's gone.
Sure,
gone.
fuck him. Armored Fellbase needs a buff. So either +1 defense and +1 wound, or an extra in for barge. I don't know how the armor would make him better at barging, but I do think
wounding?
they should definitely. No, +1 wound as in defense.
Oh, yep.
I definitely agree. I think Armored Fellbase is just still never going to get taken unless you're playing Wraith on Wings and you have extra points to spare.
Yeah, that's
Because if you have the opportunity for an extra Wraith, you just take the extra Wraith.
yeah, 100%. I think that was ultimately the only reason you ever took armor on a fell beast was if you had an extra 30 points to spare because your war bands are full or whatever.
Men's Truth lost all their elite troops.
Did they? They can't get to fight 5.
They can't get to fight 5, but hey buddy,
Oh.
he's back. How's your Ethernet cable? We have continued on ahead slightly, but when we're talking about Moomac being able to knock down a Mortal Troll, yes or no? Yeah, cool. So you're...
yeah. The thing I just find stinky again, fucking call wins just being able to knock down shit, or like the Goblin King's hurl just being able to knock down shit. I find that kind of stanky.
Yep.
But
yeah, so
we shouldn't be able to knock them down.
Men's Truth losing all their elite troops, other than losing access to fight 5, they still have every.
They have Citadel Guard and Fountain Court. I'm confused.
They lost Citadel Guard on horse.
They lost shields on Fountain Court Guard, but Sit Guard get +1 to wound within 3 of Iralas now. So you know,
and also I'm pretty sure Fountain Court Guard is dominant 2 near Denethor.
There's
possibly.
I'm so confused. Like I don't even get elite troops.
I was about to say you're talking to the people who play like Harad and shit. I don't have troops.
My elite troops are fucking Rohan traders.
Which they're sick, but
they're very cool. I do love them.
Terror is too potent. Some armies need a buff to be able to counter it, i.e. often no warhorns or higher courage troops. Without Black Numenorians in the game yet, and with the loss of Harbinger on the King of the Dead, are there any terror walls?
I don't think so.
I can't think of any. Yeah, and there's more Rohan, which means more bodyguard.
Yeah,
I think we're fine.
I will say if we do get terror,
Angmar still terror walls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's one list then. Yeah,
I will say
but it's one list. It's one gimmick. Like you have like the list.
Yeah, that's also
function.
the entire thing. Yeah,
with the
and
new
I like
FAQ,
it being rarer as well.
The fearful and terror FAQ. If we do start getting a lot of those terror walls, then I might start being a bit concerned.
Fearful models. It's like the kids, like Haleth, Sigrid, Tilda. Like are there many unless you're giving fearful to an opponent, which is I think Aura of Dismay now makes them fearful.
Something like that.
But again, I don't like. If
yeah,
you're
that's
popping
fair.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cool. Yeah, essentially everything you said. I just.
Edie's back.
Oh, keep going. Oh,
the
you just
throw stones, Ents and Trolls should do D3 wounds, brother. No.
I think maybe he forgot about the 3 trolls. Because what do we think about 4s to hit, 2s to wound, D3 wounds? That would take down a bear. That could just kill a bear.
I also just really fucking hate that. What are the Ents throwing their stones? It's like a stupid, ridiculous range.
18 inches.
Yeah.
I reckon
they can't move that turn
though. No, I reckon
shit.
A 12-inch throw, but it rolls.
Piercing shot. Give me a piercing shot.
Yeah.
Or like an area of effect, fucking like Catapult.
Maybe not as crazy as the catapult, but yeah.
Okay,
alright.
let's listen. Not the catapult, but
But
like,
again,
like
D3
the
wounds,
the piercing.
cray. Apparently,
Mordor
wasn't
trolls should be fearless until they reach some sort of wound threshold.
Kane down
Interesting. Oh wait.
to charge. Feels to charge, not to stay around.
Yeah. Other thing I was gonna say, what about with the? I know we're going past this, but the banner VPs wise on heroes, on certain models. What if the banner gets negated the more wounds you do to them? Like, what if they're left on 2 wounds, and then it's like the banner's now useless? So you, instead of having to kill them, you can wound them instead.
That is one thing I love from 40k when you look at like dreadnoughts and vehicles where they've got, depending on how many wounds they've taken, their movement value drops or their ability to do whatever.
I think there's only 2 models in our game that does that. Watcher and the Dragon Emperor.
I like that stuff a lot.
Yep. Cool. Next one.
The second Moria hot take: the global banner rule on depths might be the best army rule in the game.
Fuck off, Depths. I hate that list so fucking much.
I've played with it once, and I've played against it a couple times. It is really good. It's really solid. I don't think it's the same rule as because you also have in that list a -1 courage on all your opponent's stuff, +1 courage on all your stuff, with fearless goblins, +1 5 value goblins. Global banner is insane.
Yep.
It's just not. I would prefer to be able to take the model and get banner VPs like last edition when you could take drums.
I would also just like to be able to potentially stop that fucking banner from doing shit.
Yep.
Fuck, I hate that. I fucking hate that list so much. We carry on before I get even more angry.
I don't think it's particular. I don't think it's probably a 2. It's probably
I'd say a 2.
There are other rules, but I think that one's pretty solid and it's kind of slept on.
Yep.
I'll keep going. You know what? Magic is still very good. All casting values should be raised to at least 4+, and then instead of having to beat the caster's roll, you just need to beat their casting value. I agree with the emoji. I think that's bad. That's just bad. Yucky. That's yucky. In a world where we have resistance to magic and fortify, and we don't need that.
Nope. Next. What the hell?
Evil has been nerfed this edition, and the game is all the better for it. Too many evil armies last editions created negative gameplay experiences through magic spam, throwing weapon spam, cheap 3-attack 3-might strikers, and or underpriced profiles, e.g. Black Numenorians.
It has been nerfed. Things are going to come back, and they're going to be more okay. Black Nums will either be worse or have a points increase. I hope it's a points increase because I like where they sit and what they do.
Yep, 100%.
Throwing weapon spam, other lists did it. The only issue was shooting into combat.
Yeah.
Magic spam, it was just how cheap they were. It's not like, are we forgetting White Council existing?
Yeah.
As like one of the most toxic experiences in the entire game.
I mean, but if you look at toxic experiences in the game, let's be frank. It definitely wasn't. He was that bad. He wasn't Black Riders bad.
I think
he wasn't Black Riders.
Experiences off the top of our heads would be Black Riders, White Council,
AOL,
yeah, Smaug when you can't deal
Legions
with
of the Necromancer.
Oh, I could be. Yeah, a little bit.
That one teeters the fence. Yeah.
Yeah, but the point, I don't think it was. I found evil was it had some interactions that good didn't, right? The shooting into combat was the biggest thing. And did it have a lot more value heroes, like points wise value? Absolutely. But it's also because of the creative aspect that you can apply to the evil armies.
And they had to fill in the gaps as well.
Exactly. Yeah. You want to bring in these random what is it, the Goroths or the
Zagdush, they just fucking killed off as well.
Yeah, right. Like it's something that you will have a lot more when the company itself have a lot more creativity. You're gonna get these profiles, and that's okay thing. It sucks when it's not happening on the other side. We instead get Orphan whilst they get Goroth. It's like it sucks, but at the same time, it's just how it goes.
I also question the whole. Sorry, Sean.
No, you go.
I just questioned the reference to cheap 3-attack 3-might strikers. There were a lot of 2 attack 3 might, like 3-1-1 captain level guys. 3 attack 3 might. I'm thinking
Shagra.
well, Suladan, Raza, Shagrat, Witch King, Gothmog.
Zagdush?
Nope. He could
He
go
can increase
up
his
to
attacks
it, yeah.
and then strike, right? Like
No,
I'm
no,
not
he
saying
could, no, he was he was base 3 attacks. He could increase his strength.
either way, there was some cheaper options
There were a
for
couple.
evil that weren't seen in good that you
Mm.
didn't see at that sort of 55 to 75 or 80 range is what I'm thinking. But
What
that's
I'm
just how it goes.
liking, what I'm liking with this change is you go to tournaments now, and you see more good armies. Whereas the previous edition, you felt like you would verse in a 5-game tournament. You were lucky to verse one good army. Whereas now, it's flipped the other way, and I just like that variation. Is it going to get a bit boring in a few months, few years? Yes, but right now, I'm a big fan of that.
Yep. Cool. All right. Nothing's wrong with banner VPs, and people should probably get over it. What the?
Has been referenced. I think it doesn't need as big a change as people think, but it's a bit
Stinky.
just a little bit stinky. Just decrease it all. Just no 4-point banners.
Yeah, no
That's-
4-point banner swings. That's what I don't want.
Warbeast should be limited like siege weapons and require heroes of fortitude to lead them. Well,
We're forgetting the fact that they have a hero of fortitude to lead
there's
them.
one on top of them. But also, like, the only one that you can spam out is
Troll Brute?
the Troll Brute, and like, go for it. That's sick.
I really do actually want to run that one day. I think that
Dude, just a line of them.
Oh,
That'd be fucking hilarious.
MGG Open 1,000 points.
You do two cap, or just you do 6 of them?
Yeah.
For
Well,
900
they're
points.
120.
Oh, they're 120.
Oh, I thought they were 100 for some
Value
reason.
town, baby.
No, they're 120. 120. Bofers is 100.
The only one that could like be spammed to a degree was the Great Beast, but also a Chad.
Yeah.
Sean, don't care what you think.
I hate
No,
it.
I don't think anyone has a.
No,
you
it
shouldn't.
was just the army that we were using and the way that we thought the game was going to play out that it didn't.
Yeah.
So
Just Warbeast should never have been able to strike last edition. So that's probably my
one
hardest
thing
take.
against one model. Hey.
I know.
This
New
is
world.
I'm pretty sure this is our final page. Sean.
Very good. All right, Smalls. Oh, Smalls is coming in big.
Yeah, man.
Tournament scoring would be better if you dropped your lowest performance out of 6 games. Puts more mystery into day 2 of tournament, balance out skew matchups or bad scenarios, less feels bad, gives incentive to go for big wins since more likely to be decided on VPs. Last round will have more mystery and lessen handshakes. Do you know what? I really like that. I don't want it to be at every tournament, but I would like to attend a tournament that does that.
The only bit that I disagree with is the idea that like, oh, you go for big wins because it's more likely to be decided on VPs. I don't want it to be decided on VPs. Like, that's one thing I don't want it to be. I want that to be a tiebreaker because we have to.
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna end up with, at a 6-game tournament, again, you're gonna end up with what, 10 plus people all on 5 wins and they've dropped their lowest game.
Yeah, that's the issue I have, is how many people are going to be. It creates another potential issue of, you know what, I'm gonna like I can't be bothered like trying hard this game. I'm gonna basically just throw this one because I know I have my throwaway game, and then I'll go into my next one. Hopefully, because of the way that I lost, I get to play a less optimal opponent. Now it's round 6, and I get to play against somebody I didn't expect.
Imagine you get a really bad scenario, bad matchup. You go, cool, I'm gonna forfeit. I'm going to lunch.
Yeah.
You relax. Yeah, you get a lower placement.
Yes.
And then go into your life. That's crazy.
And that's look, I love the thought process with it.
I get it. Yeah.
I love the less feels bad, and I like the idea it gives incentives that people just don't know on day 2 how they're doing and who they're going to be playing and things of that nature. That's absolutely fine. It's just so hard to do it. When at the end of the day, we've seen it numerous times across the world where some controversial stuff has happened just based off the tournament system now.
I guess I wonder
Do I really
if you,
want to incentivize another thing to occur?
yeah, what if you decide to take a draw,
Oh,
and then what if that is your throwaway game? Like that's
and
True.
imagine if that ends up being the difference as well, like it being a differential. How'd you go in your throwaway game? And that to
How'd you
me,
go in your throwaway game?
how
So I threw it
crazy,
away.
right?
Just have 6 rounds.
Exactly. So it's a
I
hard one.
I'll be honest, like I 100% agree with everything you guys have said there, but I do want to attend a tournament that does this. Just I
I
want to
like
see
the
how
idea
it
of it.
goes.
It just needs to be implemented slightly differently. I don't know how, but there's something to do there.
There
for
is a
sure.
there is a great base there to build something
Mm.
on. And Smalls, if you're ever running a 6-game tournament, use this as a base,
Do it.
build on it, and let us know how it goes because I'm very keen.
I would love it.
Okay, last 3 takes. I want to do Sean, then Tyler, then me, because I think these are relevant to your armies more. So go for it.
Fight 5 Range of the North, with an FNP. What's an
Feel
FNP?
no pain, I
Feel no
think.
pain against strikes only. Fight 5, I would love. The Feel no pain.
This is scary.
Don't. I think that's too much. The Fight 5, I do think they need to. Pardon me.
Give them
I do
another
think they need
fate
to.
point.
That's what
Or-
I want. I want another fate.
Make it more random. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt terrible for my opponent who I was having a shooting war with yesterday, and my shitty little 6-point bows would do a single wound on a Dunedain. Dunedain rolls a 1 or a 2 on their
Oh,
fate, and it's
bye-bye.
like bye. That's a big feel bad moment. Do you know what? Even if don't give them either of those 2 things, give them Stalk Unseen.
Yeah, they probably should. I don't know. Like, I understand we don't want it to happen, but like,
They
kinda
probably fucking
They
should.
probably kind of should.
Yeah.
But don't make them fight 5 as well. One or the
Yeah,
other.
no,
They
it
can't have
would
both.
it'd be either Fight 5 or Stalk Unseen.
Or make them 50 points and they can have both.
Controversial take. They should have sharpshooter.
Oh, yeah, actually,
Also,
though.
kind of valid, but again, 50 points.
50 points
The
for
2
one,
attacks.
one might.
2 attacks, 1 by 1, sharpshooter, elven cloak, 5/5.
Yes.
I'll
I'll go
balance
40
it. I'll
points.
split the difference. 35.
45
40.
with a spear.
All right,
40
Jay
with a
Clare,
spear.
Jay Clare, you heard it right here, right now. 35 points. It's
Make them elite. Tyler, tell us about the elves.
Okay, Legolas and Tariel should be both get a nerf, especially if banner VP's lessen.
They're insane. They're insane.
they're very good. Legolas is an auto take in any list that he is a part of. Let's be honest here.
And even when Tyler goes, he's not actually that good. So I'll take Tariel instead because she's insane. they're both crazy. They're both crazy. Legolas got one of the most unnecessary buffs compared to everyone else. Tariel is still just insane.
Why did Legolas get this buff and Gimli just got left in the
Fucking
doghouse?
nothing.
All
Tyler,
right.
do you think they're balanced for their points compared to other things? The exact. I don't even need to finish asking the question because you know those cunts are cray.
Tariel, look, Legolas, no. I think now he does too much.
He does so
Way too much.
Bro, I had
After
a-
playing with him and he was on horse and being able to shoot in combat, look, listen, I'm going to use the tools that are at my disposal. However,
It's my favorite Alex quote.
Love it.
however, do
Cool
I think it
culture.
should be a thing? No.
Last one, removal of most spear bow combos was a massive improvement to the game. I agree. I agree. I understand. People converted things. I converted things. I did. I'm gonna big up myself. I did the sickest Harad conversion for one of my dudes. I did some cool stuff, but they were just too versatile. It was so easy to slot in the extra points. It was just too easy.
Dale Bowman with spear.
Dale Bowman with spear. I'm thinking
Elves.
Galadrim in Defenders of Helm's Deep with spear bow, just sitting there.
Any elves spowmen that were I'm a notorious person that did it. I loved all of my elves
Also,
bowmen to
even
have the
Numenorian's
versatility.
Bowman.
Yeah, I did Numenorean
Yeah.
Spos as well. Like it meant that they had versatility and they didn't always have to be in the front rank. Versus now you have to pick your poison of when, like, are they sitting at the front of your line? Are they sitting at the back? So on and so forth. When are they actually getting into combat? So on. Like those are the main things that I enjoy now. The actual thinking versus just like, oh cool, I get to plug and chug my spears wherever the
Dude,
hell I need them.
Well, boys, that's it. We are done. That is the end of the thing. We had some insane takes. We may not have disagreed. We may not have agreed, but it's all about sharing our ideas and seeing what we think, what the community thinks. Again, if you want to tell us what you think, if you want to get featured in one of these videos for us to just trash talk and swear and Alex to do some obscene signs at you, I'm sorry. Get into the Discord. Go down the description. Click the bell, click subscribe, get into the Discord, say hello to us. When this video goes up, we'll be in the Discord. So come say hi. Don't be shy. Otherwise, let's send it. Tyler, you
brought us in. Take a session.
So, to end the video, let's get it. From me, Sean, and Alex, have a good night.
Bloody tit streamer over here.
Tit streamer. Ooh.
Love you.